and fly.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if he was like one of those jumpers, those long distance jumpers. He probably have an insane jump.
Yeah.
Because he's going from the free throw line in the air. That's crazy.
Everything he did was crazy. The way he did things, the way he practiced, everything.
Yeah. And didn't he not make his college team?
No, that's not
High school team?
No.
Wasn't there like 1 year?
When he was a freshman, he didn't make the varsity team.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, most freshmen don't.
Perfect. May have changed basketball history forever.
Most freshmen, though, that doesn't make sense because they're not even developed yet.
Yeah, if you're playing.
I know kids in
varsity.
Texas, they keep their kids back a year.
Wow.
They want their kid to be bigger. I want Billy to be the biggest freshman. I want him to be a 15-year-old freshman. We're pushing for right before his 15th birthday. Like, hey, 15's a sophomore. Billy's a fucking cheater. Why are you sandbagging Billy?
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me nearly as much in a sport like football, where I see what you're doing, like you're preparing a kid for a professional future, perhaps, especially in Texas. They're very into it down here. But if it's a wrestling, it's like, hey, there's fucking no money in this.
Right.
And that kid's 16 and he's in the 9th grade. Like,
Yeah. It's nuts.
How old is the oldest that a kid can be and compete in high school sports? Jamie? Please put that into our sponsor, Perplexity. Let's find out. I wonder if it varies by sport.
Definitely by sport and by state.
Interesting. Do they all have a cap at 18? Or do they allow you to compete at 19?
Yeah, there's going to be but before I even hit enter, I know it's going to say something about like your graduating class can't be out maybe more than like 2 years or something like that in case you got held back or you had an injury or something like that.
Boy, I remember from my days of being like 17 and 18, the difference between 17 and 19 was huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big difference.
Fuck yeah.
By the time you're 19, you're basically man strength. 17, I was like a boy still.
Yeah.
Like I was flimsy. 17, I was like a flimsy kid. By the time I was 19, it's a different animal. You've got 2 more years of training and testosterone in you.
Yeah.
If you're a wrestler, that's got to be a huge advantage.
Everything in wrestling is a huge advantage. Starting 1 year earlier is crazy.
Huge advantage.
It's
Yeah.
19 based off of certain rules.
Oh, bro, that's so rude. Making 19-year-olds wrestle against like possibly 15-year-olds is crazy. Right? So if you are like in a certain weight class that's not strong, like I wasn't a good wrestler. I was a pretty good wrestler, but I was on the varsity team at my high school, and like 1 year I didn't even cut weight, or one weight class I didn't cut. There was a guy that was below me at like 126 or 128, and he was better than me. And so the next available weight class was 134, which is that's what I normally weighed when I was 15. So I just wrestled at 134.
That's lovely.
But I could have been in there with a 19-year-old fucking animal who weighs $160 and dries himself out briefly to hit 134. And there was guys like that, man. You would see them at like the States, and you go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they were going to camps, so they were wrestling 365 days a year, all year long.
Oh, yeah.
I just started. I didn't know anything.
Same. I started as a freshman in high school and got fucked up.
I didn't even start as a freshman. I started as a sophomore. Because some kid kicked my ass in the locker room. Some kid grabbed me in a headlock and threw me to the ground and didn't punch me. He could have punched me, decided not to, but I was so humiliated. I was like, oh my God, I need to learn how to wrestle. Mm-hmm. And then I also wrestled in the park, like in the grass with my friend Steven. And I thought I was a good athlete. I was doing karate. I was like, he can't take me down. He took me down instantly. Yeah. I was like, oh no, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's a whole different beast.
It's also like how tired you get. I remember I used to think that I had worked out before that because I had, taken karate classes and done some taekwondo.
Yeah.
I thought I'd worked out.
Yeah.
You don't even know what working out is until you go through a wrestling practice. You're like, we're running stairs? What? Right. We're carrying guys around the wrestling room. You pick up your training partner, you have the firemen carry them around the fucking room.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Then you're doing push-ups and sit-ups till you puke. Yep. And then you're doing live drills. Fuck.
Nonstop.
Dude. Animals.
Yeah, we would rotate there's all those different weight classes. And just for shits and giggles, one of the drills was, escape from the next guy. All right, beep, whistle blows, escape. You're on bottom. You have to get out. The next guy. So sometimes at a 103 weight class, I would have Hugh Frost, who was, I think, 235, 245, 250.
You have to wrestle with him?
Oh, yeah, just for one drill. And it's a fucking joke. It's a pancake. And he was probably showing mercy at the time, obviously, but not really, because he doesn't want to let this little fucking shithead 103 out from under him. So he's, putting enough pressure to keep everybody there. Not to mention the 165 freak of nature made of muscle and the 185, it was just a drill, but whew, reality hits hard. That's how you see the difference between 15 and 17 and all that.
And someone who actually really knows how to wrestle and just wrestler strength. Like I always tell people, if you want to look at MMA, like what is the most important skill? The foundation is wrestling. The foundation. If you wanted your kid to be a badass fighter, you're like, my kid really loves fighting. He thinks he wants to do it, but I want to prepare him right. What should I do? Teach him how to wrestle. Get that kid into a really good wrestling program. Because if you have advanced wrestling, you look at how it shuts down so many fighters. Like, look at what Hamzat did to Dricus du Plessis. Hamzat, he just ragdolled him. His wrestling is at such a high level. And Dricus, who was a world champion, couldn't do shit to stop it. He just dragged him to the ground anytime he wanted to.
Yeah.
Got him in a crucifix like 3 times.
Marab against O'Malley. I mean,
exactly.
You were watching a guy that does a no-look right-hand knockout punch into a salute, no look at his opponent, right? It's just impossible. It appears impossible in every Khabib fight. The thing I always think about first when I think about Khabib fighting is him being on top and having his feet under the other dude's feet, which is just, that's it. It's the final level when you can't even begin the process of posturing out in any way. You are nothing. You are a tissue in an octagon with a man.
And he's wailing on your face. Yeah. He's wailing on your face, and he has your legs triangled underneath his legs.
It's always funny when when casual UFC fans don't understand those little things like that aren't even part of the fight. They're looking up here waiting to see if the punches are going to rain down.
Yeah, here it is.
But the positioning of his feet is what I'm always looking at and how scary it can be here.
Oh, he was
not
hell.
even doing it right now.
He was hell on top of people. He is right here.
That leg being thrown is torture.
It's all the weight.
Nothing you can do. There's just nowhere to go. And all that weight on those hips, people don't realize. Like, I notice immediately if I ever see somebody that's kind of on top and their knees are on the ground. Like, if you look, his right knee isn't on the ground. It looks like it might be.
And look how he keeps slamming those left hands into Johnson's head. I mean, he got hit with like 15, 20 unanswered, full force left hand blows.
Just holding his arms so he can't move.
Bro, he's horrible. He was horrible. Yeah. He was so good. Khabib was so good. And he would do this to world class fighters, man. And by the way, Johnson clipped him in that fight, too. It was one of the few times in his career where he got clipped. Yeah, man.
The one that looked really frustrated.
What's that?
Who's the one that looked super frustrated in that?
Barboza?
I'm asking. I don't remember who it was.
Barboza was one of them. But, I mean, a lot of guys who fought Khabib look frustrated because there's not a damn thing they could do.
Nope.
Barboza was like early in the first round. He had that 1,000-yard stare, which like, fuck. Like, I have to go through 3 rounds of this where they just give up on the idea that they can even win.
Yeah.
Like, all you're doing is trying to survive.
Yeah.
He was a monster, dude.
Like that. His leg being trapped is nuts. And look how he's scooting with it.
And he's just slamming punches. And then you get up, he's just chasing you.
I got him right back down, I thought.
But if you get up, he's just going to fucking chase you and drag you to the ground again. So you blew all that energy to get up. The moment you try to punch or throw a kick, he's on you. You're on your back again. Punch to the face, punch to the face. Yeah, wrestling's giant. It is the biggest skill.
Yeah.
You have to know how to do everything else too nowadays, because all these kids that like you see in the Contender series, these young guys coming up, man, they're all so fucking talented. He tried to wheel kick him.
And really, more than anything, I feel like being out wrestled and being just trapped on the ground is so psychologically demoralizing when you've
completely.
been training for a UFC fight and the crowd is out there and the lights are on you and you see the logos on the mat because you're facing it.
Back that up a little bit. Let me show you something here too. What's interesting here before the clinch. So after he throws the wheel kick, like Barboza's trying to win, right? This is the third round. He's trying to win, and he throws this swat. But look, no, go before that. When he throws the kick, here it is. So he throws the kick and misses. He's so tired now that when Khabib moves for him, he clinches. Look, he instigated the clinch. Instead of pushing away, instead of circling to his left, he clinched because he's so tired, dude.
Yeah.
He's so tired. And this dude just, look at that face.
right there, that's all.
He just drags him down to the ground again. It's just hell.
2-on-1 on that arm underneath him.
I mean, he's just
legs being thrown in. He doesn't know what to do with his legs. He actually just put his foot above Khabib because it's so confusing. All that weight on you. You don't know where to even begin to start getting up.
Well, the first thing he's got to do is get that left leg free, and he's not gonna.
Yeah, that was the part
Yeah.
before the
Yeah.
crawling thing.
He was a monster. He was a monster. And retired undefeated.
Yeah. And there's something to being on that mat, not being able to move, knowing that the clock is ticking. And this is not how you pictured this going.
Not only that, this is with the current rules, where I think there should be no stand-ups. I think the only time there should be a stand-up is when there's a foul.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I hate it when they stand people up.
Even if it's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it's boring, but the guy can't get up, and this guy's holding him down. So
Right.
he's winning.
Yes.
He's winning. See, I know he's not doing enough. But what does that mean? He's biding his time. You've got to let a guy have strategy. Like when Muhammad Ali did rope-a-dope against George Foreman. Imagine if the referee's like, you've got to punch back. If you don't punch back, no, he's got a strategy. Strategy is let George Foreman burn himself out and then eventually tee off on him, and that's what he did.
Yeah. It stinks that referees can let the crowd get in their head.
Well, it's the organization wants action too. The fans want action. A lot of people disagree with me, and I understand their point. Especially if you're a casual. Like, it's gay. Get them up. Make
Right.
them fight. They don't want to fight. They want to hug.
Yeah.
Boo.
Right.
So what? This is the sport. And if
Right.
that guy who's on top, who's biding his time and recovering, then decides, okay, now's the time. Let me start dropping some bombs
Yeah.
because I've recovered. Good. Well, he held the position and he recovered his energy and now he's winning. Like, let him fucking fight. Let him fight. Get out of there.
Right.
Get out of there.
Yep.
There shouldn't be stand-ups.
And I get it. The referee gets that cheer from the crowd. You know, it
That
feels
said,
rewarding.
sometimes when they stand fights up, I get excited.
Yeah.
I go, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
That striker has a chance.
But my position is still the same. I don't
Yeah.
think they should stand them up. I'm worse than that. I think they should start each round where they lost the last round.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So every round, why do you get to stand up? Why do you get that advantage that a striker gets of standing up when you didn't earn it?
Right.
Get back down there.
Yeah.
Get back down there. Crucifix. Imagine you have to start the round off in a crucifix. Yeah, that's how the round ended. They look at the big screen, get a freeze frame of the position. Referee sets you in the exact position and says, ready, fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what the sport is supposed to be. And sometimes it's going to be boring. Yeah. But that's real, though. At least it's real. Because there's been a lot of fights where the guy got taken down in the first round, starts out the second round and blasts the guy and knocks him out. And it's like, okay, it's exciting to watch, but he didn't earn that position. He just got that position because the other guy survived the first round. And so it's like, it's one fight. It's not 5 fights.
Right.
So I think it should be one continuous fight with a 1-minute break in each round.
Yeah, that'd be like if the team losing automatically got the kickoff after halftime or something like that.
Yeah, and look, guaranteed, if I was running the UFC, it would probably go bankrupt. I'm not the right guy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'd be a terrible promoter. I'd be too honest about stuff, and I'd want to give people fights that maybe they weren't the most exciting fighters, but they were above the other person in the rankings. I think the rankings should be the whole reason why you make fights.
Sami Zayn won the Universal WWE Championship over this weekend at a big pay-per-view.
I have no idea who that is, but I'm happy for him.
Shocked Cody Rhodes. He was like a guaranteed win.
I wonder what happened.
Rolled him up real quick.
Do you think maybe that was fixed?
Well, it was very entertaining. Very entertaining.
I'm sure it was. I just don't understand how you go back and forth.
Oh, it's the best.
I know you love it.
Well, sometimes that's what I said about this White House card, by the way, is like there's nothing that could have happened.